Hey there team, and welcome to a 3v5 Siege of Dale. So I did this one, oh gosh, a while ago now, but no, well, not too long. And I'm on defense, so this is one of the first few defensive battles I've been trying to do. As I say, I've been trying to experiment being on defense a bit more than normal, trying to step out of my comfort zone and see if I can crack it and sort of improve a bit as a player. I'm playing as Dol Amroth here, and we've got... I don't believe it is a good versus evil. We'll have a run through. What do I... no, it's definitely not. It's definitely unthemed. I've got Dol Amroth, and I think I've got I've got Mordor, and... oh, shoot. An elf, I think? Of some sort? Yeah, Lothlorien. So it's it's a bit of a mixture, and I think we've got elves and such on the attack. Rohan over here. Okay. We'll just have it continuing on until they finish deploying. And then we'll go through the attackers' armies. Probably at one, yeah, I'll be fine at 1 time speed, and then we'll come back in and do defense after that when we've all kind of closer to set up. Ooh, come on. Yeah. I understand why it takes some people a while to finish deploying as an attacker, but like, you know, you don't need that long. Come on. But yeah, saying that, I do deploy very, very quickly usually. Anyway, so. The Captain Panda over here, he's got Dunland today, which is a very brave choice, to say the least. With his Dunman Pikes even. Spears of Orthanc there, Dunman Pikes again. Half-Orc Baneguard. Armor upgraded? Yes, I believe so, which I think is a good strategy. They're quite beefy with the armor upgrade. Dunman Spears there, Baneguard again. Blackwolds, Veterans, Spearguard, Snaga Skirmishers, and Blackwolds over there. Oh, some more stuff. Oh dear, sorry, lagging a little bit. And some Dunlending Veterans, and I think that is that. No doubt some throwing units too. Mirkwood here by Steward of Dale, so he's got his Elven King Palace Guard, Catapult, some Arch unit hiding there. Spears of Emendweir, Hiri Peng, Bows of Emendweir, Hirioth, Woodland Protectors Hirioth, and Spears of Emendweir. Some Hiri Lang there, and Blades, and also some Woodland Realm Axemen. Zooming on here, we have Khand. Oh, fantastic! The Glory Seekers. I've been wanting to see these guys in action for ages. As I say, I've mucked about with them. Such a mad, 102 guys. I think they're so cheap. They're so painfully cheap for Khand. And then Brotherhood of the Lance. They're really not like super good. Basically orc fodder on horseback, but they're fun. Then over here we've got the Variag Bowmen, Nurad Halberd, Nomadic Marauders, and Footman, Stormguard there, the Brotherhood of the Spear, good to see, and the Variag Bows from the far east. Good to see him supporting. Yeah, I think when you do play at this side, you shouldn't take your full army onto this southern gate, or northern gate, sorry, but you should definitely give a portion to support your ally. Over here we've got King Amar playing as Linden, so he's got his 4 Linden Pikes, then Mithlond Marines, 4 Linden Marines, Harlinden Infantry, Mithlond Swordmasters, Blade Masters there, Guard, and Harlinden Infantry. And then coming on back to Rohan, played by Y2K, so he's got his Riddermark Spears. Up at the front, Westmark Infantry, more Westmark Infantry, some Helm's Hammers, Westmark Marshals, and more Westmark Marshals. Then Eastmark Spears. And in the back, Shield Maidens, Westmark Spears, and Skirmishers in the back lines. Good. Yeah, I think that's generally the only cavalry force you should really take for a siege, depending on what type of map you're on. But no, in Dale, no matter where you go in Dale, you're not going to get a run up. I've noticed that I've not muted myself on TeamSpeak, so I should probably do that before some people start memeing around. Okay, there we go. That should be us back in. Whoops, the daisies. Yeah, so I decided. So I've always said this about Dale. I really like to defend the outer walls. I'm gonna eat my words very quickly. I'll give that spoiler here. But yeah, so I've got my Athelin Men-at-Arms and my dismounted Knights of the Silver Swan. Some more Men-at-Arms, of course, armor upgraded as best I can. Archers there, and more archers on this wall. Defending this southern gate, we have some Perithal Champions and Lornand Axemen from Medieval Feud. more sort of Lornand spears and warriors, with some Galadrim blade masters there with that armor upgrade, so they're quite fearsome. Very good defensive skill on those guys, and then when you do give them that armor upgrade, it kind of just beefs them out a little bit more. Tirathair marksmen, dismounted knights of the Silver Swan, and Ithilien men at arms. So I've really got the bulk of the outer wall defense here with some elven assistance. Whereas over on the north, it's mainly Mirko's shenanigans. So he's got his Minas Morgul Chosen, Mornon infantry and guard, some javelins there. March Wardens backed up by a bit of medieval feuds archer fire too. Mornon archers, a nice beefy blob of blackguard. Oh no, okay, no, I thought they sort of pulled back from me there. I thought we had ended. March Wardens there, armor upgraded of course, and some Lornad archers. So yeah, a bit of elves back here, shadow bows. But then coming here, I've got the bulk of my forces hiding behind the second level, the Ithilien men at arms, wanderers, beasts, troll drummers from myself, troll drummers from Mirko. Yeah, I was like, I wouldn't take that. But yeah, then the Olokai, Haven Guard, Woodland Realm Protectors, and some Guardians. Further up here, got some Woodland Protectors and Chosen, Melkor's Chosen that is, and the Temple Executioners, with in the back some March Wardens. So just a final sort of roundup. I'm on the outer wall generally. I've got some stuff in the inner wall. Mirko's at the back, and we've got Lothlorien kind of mixing it up in between. I'm trying to defend the outer wall, but it's very clear to me immediately with all of these siege towers, I'm just not going to be able to hold the outer wall. So I decided to give them some fire, opening into the snag of skirmishers over here. Same with this unit. Over here I've got my Tirathair marksmen. I would love to strike at some of these Hiri Lang. They are going to be my target as soon as I get the chance. But I've also got my dismounted knights of the Silver Swan. So the amount of siege towers we've got arrayed against us is unless I was putting my whole army on the outer wall here, I can't hold it. So I do often talk about Dale, how much I really sort of wish defenders did hold the outer wall for a while, but sort of immediately as soon as I saw this, I realized why people don't. So I kind of just wanted to do the old strategy of just getting the towers firing, you know, rattle into them for a bit, but we are going to be getting our butts off, you know, this battle zone as soon as we can. But I'm still rattling shots into them. The Bane Guard are now my target with these archers, because I know that they are they do have a little bit of a shield value, although, to be honest, but that is where I'm targeting with them now. Oh dear. Lag is hitting me a little bit. Maybe I should have I gone a little bit too high. Let's just go down to high for unit detail. There was this coming down. That was my problem. Yeah. So I was giving them the order to run off the wall, believe it or not, but yeah, it was just a little bit too slow, and they have been dissolved there. Now the issue is, since I've got a chunk of them there and a chunk of them here, they're pretty confused. So I'm just in a full retreat from this side of the wall, but they're not really receiving orders too well. But yeah, zooming on back to this wall. We now have the wild men approaching, but as I say, I've given up. I have seen the error of my ways, and I am in a full retreat from the outer walls now. Anything that is not currently routing off is probably been given. Oh no, I've not started pulling away from Rohan just yet. But I think as soon as he actually reaches the walls with his siege towers, I will do so. This is unlike Warhammer Total War, where the troops come already loaded into the siege tower. You have to reach the wall and then climb up inside. What's going on at the north? Because I wasn't really able to look at the north too much. Of course, no sallies from us. We talked about that at the start, that we were, you know, we just didn't really want to pour any money into a sally. I think when you've got a 3v5, it can be very risky to do a sally. I think a 3v4 you often see better results with it, but at the same time, you know, when you've got this amount of money to play with, a good sort of knight is much more sort of within your budget. So that's then busting open gates all around the settlement. And over here, as I say, because I've had a bit of trouble, these poor Tirathair marksmen have been grabbed by the speedy Steward of Dale. And yeah, they ain't getting out here okay. Yeah, because they're trying to sort of meet up together, and it was like, no, just bugger off, just get out of here. But no, they ain't making it. So that's only a few volleys. I think I did kill off some Hiri Lang. Yeah, you're seeing a few of these dead Hiri Lang. It's very nice, but definitely not worth an entire unit of Terathere Marksmen up there. Over here, no, that's not Steward. I thought that was our Wood Elves, but no, it's the enemy Wood Elves. Lothlorien is providing a bit of a rear guard action for me, and is allowing me to get home, well, behind our lines a little bit, when a little bit of a better order, but still, I'm a bit panicked, a bit flustered, because what we at, 1 for 2, oh, we are still up, even with the loss of my unit there. The towers have sort of saved us. I've got my Terathere Marksmen there, unfortunately a lot of them firing up and over, but I often find you are able to get some great work done, just firing from one level of the fort to the other, and that is quite good. I'm debating right now using this unit to try and defend this area, but I decide against it and just fall totally back, because if I try to defend this area, that means that we need to defend here as well, which maybe that could have been possible. It's a lot easier to defend that rather than the entire wall, but still, Bows of Imendweir have pierced on in now, and they're rattling shots into the Lornand spears. Let's maybe go to 0.9, it might just help the frames a little bit. Mornon infantry going sallying forth a little bit to go toe-to-toe with the Harlanden infantry. It's quite good because that bridge is long enough to stop any archer fire coming at you, so you can sort of lunge out a bit. And those Harlanden infantry, as good as they are, they're not really going to have the damage output to really hurt the Olokai very quickly. So sallying forth, actually, is this 2 units? No, that's just 1 unit of Olokai. Just coming, rushing out, is going to be smashing through them without taking too much damage. And backed up by the Trumpster. Yeah, some of that AP from the Nurad Footman is very useful. Brother to the Spears, Rigidity would be good up against some trolls as well. But still, Khand has got most of his troops coming in through this passageway. I'm trying to get my archers up onto the 2nd level, but I've already missed out on a good opportunity for a lot of my damage. Oh damn, some of these poor elves getting caught in the streets of Dale and sliced up. Yeah, something this could be, would have been good if I had caught the full fight, but that would, you know, we were too late for that. Lothlorien is holding his ground outside, which I'm very grateful for, and I actually get my Belfalas Marines up here, trying to send some volleys down onto the Bane Guard. Not up into the Spear Guard, that's an accidental shot, but the Bane Guard would be an acceptable target in my mind. This is quite cool. Yeah, something like that. The elves sort of holding their lines outside of the fort. I can work with that. Just means I don't have to worry about it for the rest of the battle, you know. I can just focus on doing the casting. Still got some of the... Oh, see... Oh, nice. Okay, so part of the unit did return. And they are going to run to the centre and hopefully be able to receive some orders now. Got a lot of the tower fire coming in. This is the great thing about Dale. Like, once you have entered, there's not really anywhere that is safe from the inner layers towers. So, you know, you're standing there, you're still getting shot by towers. It is just a constant stream of damage. It's not much damage, but it is just a little chomp, chomp, chomp. The bandits have come here from Dunland, and they've wanted to get some volleys from their javelins into us. So I've tried to lurch forward out to sort of chase them away, but he's standing his ground against me, and I'm allowing myself to get caught by the Spear Guard and the Hirioth, who will most certainly hurt my poor Athelan men-at-arms. So perhaps I should have just formed up and let him use his javelins into the front of this heavily armoured, you know, sword and shield line. But no, it's mistakes were made, I suppose. And I am allowing these guys to get caught up by the bandits, throwing into their sort of backs there, but I'm getting them back on in as many as I can. Anyway, coming on back. Mordor has been quite successful, but as I say, the Nurad Footman's arrival to back up the elves, that AP strike from the Nurad Footmen mixing up with a very skillful slash of the Harlanden infantry is a good mix, and it is going to be more than these poor orcs can deal with. Taken down to quite a low value there, but jumping on into this killing field is it's quite a lot of ground that Mirko has given them, and the additional thing with this, they could run in and jump somebody up through that door. And then they've got the walls, which, if they claim those walls, there's no door there. there's a door there, so you could run in there and fight him, but still, it's risky. I never like to sacrifice the walls. But still, it doesn't look like King Amar or the Trumpster. Trumpster's not got too many men over here. And King Amar is flooding on in, which is of course going to be greeted by a hail of javelin and arrow fire. Even these low damage arrows from the Mordor forces are going to do a lot of damage to Linden's lightly armoured men. But when you also can throw in the Lothlorien archers, that starts to get very, very deadly. So the second level has been busted into by Rohan there. What are we at now? 10 for 9, so we're behind. We don't want to be a defender that's behind at the start. But hopefully we will pull that back. We've, as I say, the enemy have been very good with their javelins. We've not seen too much of their javelin play, but it has been mincing through a lot of my boys. My poor Thelin men-at-arms have been taking a beating from that. And this wall is coming crashing down, as I say, trying to give the orders to move. But just a handful of the boys are actually listening to it. So yeah, it's a bit of a mess, but kind of just, you gotta do what you gotta do. And, oh, still doing alright. They've still got time. Nope, they don't have time anymore. So yeah, a lot of casualties there, down to 74. But as long as I don't get them broken, they are fine. Ah, good. That sort of woke them up. And they are flooding away from it after that. But yep, yeah, Eastmark Spears, getting some javelins. I've kind of learned my lesson. I can't really go chasing them out anymore. So if I just get the Athelin men-at-arms, staring them down, holding their sturdy shield, this is really the best thing for it. They're only really going to get 2 volleys there with their spears, so that's why you bring a few units of men-at-arms like that, just to take those volleys. I was wondering, because those Temple Guard were right behind me. If I was Y2K, maybe he just can't, but I think, yeah, because it would be beautiful if he could have gotten those javelins up and over my Athelin men-at-arms and right into the face of the Temple Guard. I've actually got my Tirithar marksmen, who are, what I tried to do with them is bring them down in front of my infantry line and shoot through the gate, but that very quickly is becoming clear to me that that's not an option. But still, I've got a lot of men in reserve to go and jump in after that position does fall. But with this wall coming crashing down, we do have another avenue to defend, and this one is not a gate we can close. And it's a lot wider than a broken gateway too. But still, Linden's assault is in full swing, and we are picking up some good casualties there. Well, some good kills here, as Mirko's line is not budging. The Minas Morgul Chosen providing a great front line. Those Melkor's Chosen are actually, yeah, Minas Morgul Chosen and Melkor's Chosen there, dearie, are actually getting thrown into melee, which when there's no, oh, there are some pikes on the front line. I don't know, man, that's risky. I'd kind of save them for some short range charging in the later game. But still, King Amar's got some forces, and those, the great morale of Linden's men will keep them through that. Little by little, King Amar is sending his boys forward. Coming on around. Glory Seeker's still around, jeepers sake. I really like him. Oh, damn, they've taken some losses. I wonder who the heck killed some of these guys? Oh, they sort of died by blowing on them, to be honest, so. Pushing on through here, as I say, just to chase away some of the javelins and also back up the Lorenan spears. My Athelin men-at-arms are coming on up, but once again, that's kind of regretting it. Probably should just sort of block it up rather than try to sally on through. Rohan has still got some jabs on these bloody Eastmark spears. I actually chased them away by the looks of things, but I pulled on back now. And just sort of continuing to let them use up their javelins. We've taken a lot of losses there. Some of these guys are turned around the wrong way. That's not good. Everybody, oh god, yeah, they're starting to die now. Oh no, a few of them getting back up after that. Not bad. Okay. Yeah, every volley you're seeing at least. Yeah, that was sorry, 11 guys taken out there. There's one guy still up there fighting and killing, so that's very nice to see. Oy. Somebody's got to do it. A few of the Temple Guard did bite the bullet. But no, we just got to do our best. Good. So these Tirithar marksmen who have come on back, they're firing their arrows, into the nomadic marauders. Now, I do not really like to use ammunition up against units like the not the Troll Shax throwers, sorry, the Troll Hunters, or Troll Slayers. More Troll Hunters, that's what they are. Yeah, I don't really like to use ammunition against the more Troll Hunters, just because they're really quite armoured and they've got that shield. No matter what I do, and their morale, they're going to stay there. I'm not going to chase them away from the field just by shooting at them. But the Nomadic Marauders, very different story. Very lightly armoured, not really a great morale. They are definitely a decent target in my mind. Pulling back from there, don't really want to get surrounded, definitely don't want to go toe-to-toe with the Nurad Footmen, so we're going to be letting them on in, and that is hopefully going to allow us to get some good side shots and fight. But we have to match them now. We can't just let them march all the way in. But the issue with that is it is going to give them a better chance to strike at us with their bandits and other throwing units. These damaged Ithilien men-at-arms were still enough to hold back the initial charge of Eastmark Axemen, but I'm backing up as quickly as I can with a full unit of halberds and a unit of dismounted knights off the Silver Swan. Even some... oh yeah, because they get a really good push. What is... Eastmark's... Yeah, that's the Eastmark. Spears getting that push. That's beautiful. Luckily getting some support from the Woodland Protectors, because I really need it, as they have just pierced on in. But we are solid now. There wasn't really any elite core there, so it was a good push, but and they probably did rack up a few kills as they were doing the pushing, but still. Linden is almost done over here, though. As I say, King Amar really, quite early on in the game, King Amar needed to leave. So, I think it's just the building quality that I've got up so high. That's not something I can change, unfortunately. Next time I go for Dale, I think I'll... As nice as the buildings do look, I think it's not really worth the lost frames that I'm getting. So I'll probably take that down just a little bit. Glory Seekers and Brotherhood of the Lance. See, that's a... I wouldn't have really taken the Brotherhood of the Lance to a Dale siege. I can see it coming to another one, but as I say, it's just you don't gain. There's no real place to get a good run up with a unit of Lancers. Whereas like the Minas Morgul Chosen, you can kind of do something with that. Tirithar Marksmen trying to just tear into them. March Wardens of the Wood doing the same. But this sort of mob that we have, that poison arrow damage from the March Wardens is going to be great as long as I can keep my morale in check. But with the Dismounted Knights of the Silver Swan stuck in there, hopefully that's going to be okay. Pirith Il Champions have arrived now to really shore up that line, because as you can see, it's pretty thin right there. I think we're about 2 men thick there, so we really need something to stop that. But we don't really want the thicker our front line, the easier a shot we're giving their javelins, and we don't want that, of course. So they're now busting in that gate, and they've already actually smashed open this one too, so we've got about 4 entrances inside in a moment, and we can't really clog up all of them too well. But still, these Nomadic Marauders are going to come in and try to send some javelins at us, but I'm just getting my Ithilien men-at-arms set up to accept that fire. But the issue is, once they start pushing from there, that just about cuts us off here. You can escape into that tower, move along the wall. Oh, no, you can't. You're stuffed. So yeah, once they start pushing through there, we're finished. Over on this end, anyway. No more support. But the Karis Galadron's Guardians have arrived, and that is not something that Rohan is going to be able to push through. Assisted by their arch nemesis Dunland in this, I suppose their arch nemesis would be Isengard, but the servant of their arch nemesis Dunland. It's definitely going to provide some good AP, but the very sturdy Dol Amroth defense, alongside the elite of the elite when it comes to pikes, is going to be holding. Tirithar Marksman, how is this fire? Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, it's going okay. I'm not using fire ammunition because, as I say, I'm just trying to bring down these hordes and hordes of bandits. And we've kind of got the good morale damage from the poison arrows anyway. So all I've got here is an Ithilien men-at-arms, and that's to defend, yeah. So we've got 1 Ithilien men-at-arms to defend here, and we've got 1 halberdier to sort of defend there. So if they came flooding on through there and there at the same time, I've got nothing in reserve. I'm basically all in here. Do I have any... Oh, I'm backing away from there? Oh no, I'm flooding on through. Yeah, because they had the nomadic marauders pushing it, so it was either a case the nomadic marauders were just going to hurl stuff at us, or we were going to try and kill some of them for it. So I guess we went out and tried to kill some, chase them away. Blade Master's coming on down, but apart from that, yeah, all I've got left are archers. I don't have anything in reserve in the back here. Oh, cool, I was the leading defender, so you got to keep in mind that the tower kills are going to be added to my kills, so we can't take that. That's something to keep in mind when we look at them. But shooting into the halberdiers and the bandits still. The halberds are definitely a good target, but Woodland Realm Patrol trying to fire back at us. Sauron's Well now from Mirko has arrived as the northern attack. The northern attack is just about pushed away. Orc javelins being spears and melee, definitely not very good, but backed up by the Melkor's Chosen and the Minas Morgul Chosen. There's a bit of a sally here just to try and crush what's left from the Linden forces, and the Glory Seekers back here. I would really like to see the Glory Seekers go toe to toe with the Melkor's Chosen. That'd be a lot of fun for me. It'd be a very cruel thing to see, but yeah, it'd be nice. Charging on in it, I think we are gonna get a good strike here though. So, damn. That's a shame. What the heck caused that? Because that was a good move. Was it just because there was like a friendly unit? But still, if he doesn't reorganize that, if he doesn't get back inside, these Brothers of the Lance are going to be hurting him. He's trying his best, but no, the trolls, be careful. Oh, sorry, the tree got in our way. Good strike, but the Minas Morgul Chosen are flooding on through now. The Nazgul! Oh my god, if you could get a good charge on the Nazgul, that'd be amazing. But still, that's taking his micro attention away. Like, cavalry units like that, you can do a lot of good with them, but if they take your attention away from the front line for too long, it's a real issue. I've got my Belfast Marines, they've still got some ammunition, and they've got an amazing position, just rain hell down on these guys. But I really only want to do that when they're quite nicely blobbed up. Now that since I've not kept any reserves here, or not any infantry reserves, I've got, I am able to really overwhelm the attackers in these bases. Thel and men-at-arms getting pushed through, but these Lorenand warriors are coming in to back me up. And the halberdiers have actually pushed on out. But they have really sort of been pushed on out to be devoured by Black Wolves and Marauder fire, as it seems, as we continue to be shot to pieces. We're at 36 for 45 though, so that's a nice lead at this point in the battle. Belfast Marines getting some javelins in, just pouring fire into the Rohirrim that are pouring on in. Pouring onto pouring, come on, expand your vocabulary, Ryan. But still, those Guardians are still up and running. And, we're getting some more support from the Woodland Protectors and really just shredding those horse-loving Northmen. Riddermark Spears coming on forward now, though, and we still do have these Shield Maidens of Rohan and the Riddermark Skirmishers, who have not really used up any of their javelins. This is really javelin freaking center right now for the attackers. Linden, of course, as well, is a pretty javelin-heavy nation, so yeah, we've got Dunland, they like javelins, Rohan likes, well, throwing weapons, Linden do as well, Cand, they've brought a lot of nomadic marauders, and the one other attacker, who is it again? Mirkwood. Yeah, Mirkwood's gone more for archers. So it's a very missile-focused attack that they've gone for today. But we've seen that work a lot in the past. Let's say that's kind of the way that I attack. Definitely with, well, sort of, when I play as Rude Hour and such. March Wardens firing straight up and over. And we'll see, luckily because of that trail, we can sort of see where they land. Cheapers, that's a very high shot. Where is it coming down? Okay, nope. I guess it's just not coming down. Next shot's coming into these Norad footmen that are just bolting away. I think he's probably just not changed his target, but yeah, they'll keep running. They'll keep running. I think I tried to get my archers up here to sort of fire down into this position, but it just wasn't. They were just not wanting to do it. They were sort of firing straight up and over. I find those second row of walls very tricky to use. But yeah, my Parathil champions and Black Swan Renegades are taking javelins in, oh god, in a very unpleasant fashion here. And so I'm trying to pull them on back now. But the issue is I don't really have any Athellan men-at-arms anymore. So I'm kind of down to just the Black Swan Renegades trying to defend with their shields. It's that or I shove an archer unit right in front. But still just try and get everything else out of the way. The Perithal Champions were hanging around for way too long. Come on. But they're getting out now. Pushing through the main gate here. Mirkwood has now taken the strain from Khand. There's still some Nurad halberds who are breaking on into those Lorenand warriors. Perithal Champions really struggling. Now the issue is, unless we pressure them here, they can just move up and they can actually throw their javelins right into the backs of my Perithal Champions. And they're firing shots into this line too with their arrows. So it really is important to just try and protect every side. Woodland Protectors and the Glathron Blade Masters still fighting alongside my Halberdiers, who are now fighting to the death. They're not getting out of there, so you know it is what it is. Oh, good shooting coming in here though, and once again that's poison arrow fire, as Lothlorien does enjoy. So this is going to be chasing away some of these wild men and Northmen too. The Dunlendings, of course, being the wild men. I'm not going to talk too much crap about Rohan, but that is it on this side. Which when the defenders can just ignore one side or almost ignore one side, those sneaky glory seekers are still lurking. But with one unit of spears just guarding that position, we're fine. So he can start to move just about everything, and we still have these bloomin' beasts. I love these boys. Yeah, really, really enjoyable unit. But still. Got my my Rangers, but I've not really had a good opportunity to use them yet. I really should have had them here when they were really blobbed up and coming in, but I was so conservative with them. And I think I've kind of, missed my point, because the enemy, they've used up their swarms. We've kind of kicked it back, but now they're coming at us with like real quality, like the Hiri Lang and such. And my Rangers will hurt them, but just not too well. Nomadic Marauders getting chased on away again. Woodland Protectors. I almost say Proudfoot all the time. But still, Black Swan Renegades trying to chase them on out. Spears of Orthanc there, as long as they get their crossbows used up, they'll be very useful here. But yet, wavering like that, there's no way that I can pull them on out of that fight without them breaking. Am I about to? Wow, that's really impressive. I would have thought they would have broken there. Last two guys just throwing themselves on in to ensure the rest of the unit escapes. Very, very, noble endeavor. But Perithal Champions, where are they running off to? Probably just trying to reinforce this line as the Sword Masters of the High Elves. Tirathair Marksmen out of ammunition, just trying to plug this gap. We don't want them coming on through. Nurad Halberds actually trying to stab them in the back. As I say, because we cannot let them flood through there. If they flood through there, then they'll be right on top of this front line, and we're kind of doing okay there. We're killing them off quite nicely, and we do not want that to break, because then what's left, the elite of Rohan, can come on forward. I actually was chuffed to bits. I managed to kill, because they were sitting there, and I had some Marines that was just So I managed to get a good few volleys into these Westmark Marshals with my javelins. Yeah, really, really chuffed myself with that. But still, a lot of firepower coming from the Kindred into these Riddermark Skirmishers, who have used up their javelins now, so are now just trying to use their mounted unit mass to get through. And they did. They pierced on through there, and we were glad that we had something to sort of stop them. But we're no longer really able to hold these gates, and we've kind of started to form around a just defensive circle, like this, rather than actually holding the gates properly. Because, as I say, we just don't have the numbers to do that anymore. But I just need to keep those two positions secured until we are happy enough to fall back from here. My Belfast Marines, of course, when I'm defending, I'm really bad at sort of spending money. I don't like to go into the red limit, so I tend to, give some of my men some experience, which that's kind of what I've done with my Belfast Marines. They've got a melee upgrade, and I think they've got a point of experience, so they're quite something in melee. I really like the look of the Belfast Marines. I think their axe is gorgeous. I really love the design of it, and I think their general helmets and such, yeah, they're all good. But still, Dornernal Archers have got quite a lot of arrows to spend. The Olakai have come on in to help us. The Black Wolves are quite a good unit to chop down the Olakai. They're not going to be very scared by them, like the Nomadic Marauders there. Black Swan Renegades trying to chase them on back. as we just try to reinforce this, and Mirko provides some much needed support here. Just shatters that attack altogether and has them running. So that is awesome stuff. This looks like some Dunman pikes on display coming forward, but we need to shoot these guys. I'm trying to get my rangers moved around into a position, but the problem is this is really the prized spot on Dale. And of course you can only really have one unit there at a time. So I probably should have communicated a bit better, and I was like, probably should have said, hey mate, I've got my full ranger's worth of ammunition. Can you give me that spot? Just so that I could use some of it, because he's being quite careful with his kindred. But no, maybe a lack of communication on my side. As I say, I tend to just, when the game starts, I communicate a lot in the lobby. I communicate a lot like when we're in deployment, when we're, you know, after deployment. But as soon as push comes to shove, I can shut down, and that's definitely a fault of mine. You know, I really need to try and communicate sort of throughout. Dunman Pike's still taking fire here. Poor boys. That catapult used very well. It was used in a very sort of medieval 2, like standard vanilla medieval 2 fashion, of just taking down the walls, not really being used to strike at infantry. Shield Maidens as well, just trying to find a spot to attack. They're very high damage axes, going to be very painful for us. Got a good javelin volley into the Wardens of Amon Lank. Definitely a unit I want to bring down, but yeah, the Wardens of Amon Lank being sent on in there was more than enough to break this position finally. And Belfast Marines out of ammunition, so they are just going to be my infantrymen now. We're actually sallying forth, because as I say, we knew that we couldn't escape. We couldn't flood on back there, so this was it. So we just tried to come screaming on out. The Guardians trying to do their piece, but the Shield Maidens can now get a good attack on us. But I spotted it before. Get my Dismounted Knights of the Silver Swan running. They're still quite high. Oh, he wasn't targeting them. In case he was targeting the Guardians, I probably would too, to be honest. But that does allow my Knights of the Silver Swan to reach the Maidens, and we can start to slice them down. As I say, the Maidens have some decent melee stats for a dedicated throwing unit, but no, and I often do give them a melee upgrade. Guardians sort of turning around to guard our backs now, and it is just sort of a back-to-back fight here. But the Wardens they're strong, good quality elves here. This is not something. This is not the wild men that the Guardians were fighting previously. This is something else entirely. But if they organised, it could be okay. But no, those Wardens are just piercing right on through. That's the done. Oh, those Nazgul are outside. that happened. That happened out here. Oh, jeepers! Well done, Nazgul. They just came in and sneak attacked the Spears of Orthanc. And to units like the Snaga, to I guess a lot of these wild men, you know, Dunland. The issue with Dunland is they lack Rudauers, very sturdy morale across the board. They are just wild men at the end of the day. And whereas Rudauer kind of have this very stoic, I guess, descendant of Dunedain heritage in them that keeps them fighting, and also hatred. Very, a lot of hatred. That can make a man do a lot of things. So, but Dunland kind of lacks that. They've got pretend hatred. They think they hate Rohan. They don't. They've just been stirred into madness. But still, good fire here from the Woodland Protectors. And my Belfast Marines, as I say, I upgrade these guys as best I can, so that they can kind of go toe-to-toe with units that they maybe normally wouldn't be able to. And I often quite like to do that. I remember I did that in a siege a very, very long time ago. Actually, it was my first ever battle that I did for the channel. It was it's the first ever video I've got on my channel, actually. And it's a defense of the Shire, and I'm playing as Arthur Dane, and I've got some hobbits that were... I really struggled to spend all of my money. It was a 1v2 siege of Hobbiting, and I've had my hobbits massively upgraded. So the attackers were shocked as to why some little hobbitry in arms were fending off their orcish attacks, and it was a lot of fun. March Wardens firing into the backs of these guys. Good stuff. Still some Guardians are remaining. I think my guys are all dead. My guys are dead outside. Yeah, they're not able to deal with this. But, oh god, yeah, they've been throwing axed to death. I don't think I've got any of them left. Oh, some of them are outing. Some of them might make it out. Oh god, they've got to get through. Not very much. I think they're going to make it. Good stuff, boys. 10 of them left, hopefully. Oh no, Greenwood Watcher Assassins might have something to say about that. Actually, I think they will. Damn. And Mighty Mirko's come in flying to reinforce our positions, but the problem is I think he's coming a bit too aggressively. And he's trying to sort of guard this area, which this area is going to be lost. What's happening in the north? Have those Glory Seekers done anything crazy? No, they're still lurking. And we don't... Oh, yeah, good. But you see, the issue is just... It's a good quality unit. It's 101 Menace Morgul chosen in Shield Wall. You've got to be... You know, you'd have to be an absolutely amazing Lancer to get a decent charge off on that and not suffer for it. You know, we're talking the Royal Court level of charge here, and that's not really something the Glory Seekers are capable of. They really are better at just charging into a massive unit of generally, if you want, you know, to just like stretch them out wide, charge a unit of peasants, great way to remove a unit of peasants, for sure. But still, Dornernal Archers there, coming on in. I think, to be honest, they've got a melee upgrade as well. And that armor upgrade too is going to keep them feeling pretty good. So it's just numbers on the front line, side by side with the Woodland Protectors, and some Lorinand Archers too, who are of course a lot better, being elves, being wood elves, of course. But yeah, Sauron's Will going toe to toe with the Brotherhood of the Axe. That's quite a cool matchup. Just, you know, both of them wearing heavy armor, but with the weaponry to smash that armor to pieces. But yeah, Swordmasters on the side though, just trying to beat this unit down. March Warden's coming sprinting on down here too with that armor upgrade, so they'll do some good damage. Yep, still got these beasts as well, so that is something that I was very excited for. You know, just whenever we were feeling ready for it, they were going to be able to just sprint on forward and wreak hell on the enemy lines. But yeah, Orc Javelins coming on forward again. This is just their Orc fodder, basically. Once they've used up their Javelins, they just take out that spear. They've got that little shield, and they're just there to die. And maybe kill a horse or two, if there are any about. But Westmark Spears, these are not the Riddermark Spears that we were fighting previously. These are something quite a bit better. Even Riddermark Spears are quite decent, to be honest. Shield Maidens coming on too, trying to unload on them. What do I still have archer-wise? I've got these Tirathera Marksmen trying to use up the entire unit's worth of ammo. Haven Guards standing by. Again, Rangers just trying to find a good thing to shoot at. I don't think this is going... most of them are firing straight. Oh yeah, no. The reason I was mincing them was to get these Trollshire Axe Throwers dead. Because I really didn't want them to sort of start raining hell down onto our lines. Westmark Spears and Westmark Infantry coming on forward now. More of the good quality Rohan forces that I really love to see. Even, to be honest, like, as I say, Riddermark forces are good. Riddermark Axemen, Riddermark Spears, they are decent. You know, I really do like to use Rohan in sieges. But yeah, I send for my Haven Guard, and the Axemen, well, the Shield Maidens, and I think there's these Shield Maidens on this wall too that they had to run by. My poor Haven Guard, they were absolutely ripped apart before they even reached melee. Like, I was so upset about that, but I had nobody to blame but me. Like, I didn't have to run them in at that time, but I just really felt like we need more on the front line here. And like, that was me entirely, you know, dedicated then. Helm's Hammers are coming on forward. Adunheim Shadow Bows here to rain some more hell, and I'm still firing with my Tirathera Marksman just into whatever I can get a shot on, as it is a very messy confrontation. The Beasts of Gorgoroth come on forward now to use their Javelins, because that's quite high damage Javelins. It's not a massive amount coming at you. Actually, they're coming in pretty rapid fire. Jeebers. These are, you know, what every good Orc Javelin man wants to grow up to be, I suppose. That's actually a pretty cool little shot. Just all of them standing there. Yeah. Let's go with something like that. Let's not go inside of them. That looks a bit creepy. Yeah, we can make something like this work. But still, Javelin fire coming on and on into these boys. But, as is their nature, Trollshire Axe Throwers with the Throne trait are doing a massive amount of damage to these beasts. And I don't think Mirko is noticing. You can see how bloodied they've become in just a short amount of time, with only 15 Trollshire Axe Throwers hurling their axes into them. Great arm on those boys too. But all the while, still good high damage Javelin fire coming into the front line there. Helm's Hammers breaking on through, you know, armor piercing. My general trying to face off against one of them, already bloodied. It's not really a... Oh god, his face is already messed up. He is not enjoying that fight, but he is slamming into him. I love that. The Helm's Hammer is just pushing him back. Just, you know, you see just the mass at work there. Just sort of moving him away where he wants him to be. But still, hopefully he's going to stand. But the rest of his unit, there's only 23 of them left. And he's included in that, of course. But yep, yeah, so dead. Dead beasts there. So that's a shame. So was that all done just... Oh, it was the Riddermark skirmishers maybe that finished it off. Or the Snagus skirmishers. But oh yeah, so they were taking constant damage from those axe throwers, but there was just a sudden moment. Like, because I saw them throwing and I was like, oh, okay, that's great, of course, use their ammunition. And I was stupid, I should have said, I didn't think. You know, none of us thought, obviously. But the enemy have so many throwing units, left that they were just going to tear them apart. But yeah, Dornernal archers, providing a little bit of resilience to the line there. The general has managed to, I don't think he's killed him, to be honest. I think an elf is probably just shunted in and like, you know, I will save you, my lord. But yeah, so that's very, very grateful of that. Oh no, he wants into. He is going to give it a go. I think I was constantly giving the Haven Guard the order to fight the Helm's Hammers, just because I really wanted, you know, there was no other unit here that was capable of really. Tirithar marksmen are out of ammunition. Kindred are here. Great, good. Yeah, so I didn't have to do that, but as I say, I just really felt like we needed something there. Because they have breaking on it, and Y2K is really gaining some good ground here with his quality units. And with the Palace Guard here too, you know, armor upgraded Palace Guard as well. Yeah, that's... Oh, good parry. Oh, backstab. Really? Despicable. You know, knife here. But anyway, Stealth Glory Seekers. Where are my Glory Seekers? Moving on. They're hiding. Sneak. Is he trying to make us forget about them? Trumpster, what are you doing? We're not going to forget that these Cavaliers are here. I don't know, maybe. Maybe Merkel will, actually. I don't know. But yeah, so it's smart. It's good. Wanderers and Emmerdale. I think I was just kind of like, they still had ammunition, but I was like, I just can't find a good opportunity to use them. Just get them in melee. Because once again, I gave these guys a melee upgrade too, so I just wanted to shove them on in. Good javelin fire coming from there, actually. Actually, is that the Rangers too? Yeah, just tearing on through. Good stuff. Dol Amroth Rangers. More non-archers. Doing some work. Palace Guard there. What are the Palace Guards struggling against? I guess it's just because they're so split up and they're just each individually getting attacked. The Trolls will be doing a good bit of damage to them with every swing, but... Ooh. Is that Rohan's General? Yeah, that is Rohan's General falling there. And, oh god. Yeah, poor boys. But yeah, I'm very, very impressed with those Trolls, actually. Or whatever it is hurting. Maybe it's just the defensive value of the Minas Morgul Chosen that's just making the Palace Guard struggle, but good, whatever it is, thank you. Spears of Orthanc are over here now too, and I say we're really running low on arrows today. I think I just fire into the, I think I'm firing into the Spears of Orthanc. That's really the best thing I've got to target. Yeah, getting some good damage onto them. But especially into the back, where that shield, even though that shield is on the back, it's not going to come into effect. Okay, now they're holding their shield. And the Bows of Image, where I don't know, I'm just unloading on what I can as we come flying on forward. Oh, we got movement. Yeah, I think he's going for it. It's fair play, like, but the problem is just with that ram there, that ram is kind of taking away a lot of the punch of the charge. And the Glory Seekers, to be honest, I'd probably, you know, the Brothers of the Lance should come in here by themselves. But it's just a wild attack. Yeah, they killed off a few of them actually. Well done. But no, I don't think I would have probably brought them around here. But they couldn't have done too much really. But maybe some charging there and here and so on. But no, still, it wouldn't have changed too much. But still, it just could have changed a few things. Haven Guard, still got 7 of them. Still got my general alive. He's been going toe to toe with like Helm's Hammers for ages, and he's still standing. So I was chuffed with that. Wanderers and Emmerdale, as I say, just getting them stuck on in, just because we are needing to hold the front line against the Hiri Peng and such. And I think that is generally that. Oh, another charge. Spears of Orthanc and the Storm Guard. I'll probably... Varag Bowmen are up here. Oh yeah, there was some Varag Bowmen over here too that were just blasting me. There they are. Yeah, I think I had to like volley fire them with my rangers a bit. But no. Good. Yeah, so we'll jump it up. God, there's so many bloody corpses. It was a fun little battle. As I say, I know that like this would have gone a lot differently had King Amar, sorry, not needed to leave. So yeah, like because he needed to leave and he came in a lot harder than I think he was going to originally. And even then, like I think Linden by themselves in a siege attack is a very risky proposition. I think Linden can attack, but Linden often needs to have someone else with them. You know, either a human nation or an orc nation that can take the fire for Linden in the early stages, because it's high damage fire. You're gonna die no matter what. But it's like it's the Moron archers that they can just do some good damage to Linden's main line, and doesn't really matter if a Moron archer is firing at a skilled great Linden force or a random human in a good bit of armor and a shield. You know, they're gonna go down. So it's that was maybe a thing that I would have done differently. I would have maybe had Khand be the main attacker in the north, and I would have had Linden be one of the supporting attackers instead, and basically supported Khand a bit and then supported everybody else. But you know, it's just, yeah. But I think the main thing was just a case of having to charge in to match that when one of your sites, because they knew that once he had died, we would be able to bring all of Mordor to the south, and then they were stuffed because they had us on the ropes until Mordor turned up. So let's have a quick rattle through here. Haven Guard, yeah, they just got shredded. I feel so bad. Yeah, that was just dumb. Shredded by axe girls and javelins. Yeah, nice Silver Swan, good stuff. General, like as I say, they're not really able to go toe to toe with like elite units. They're not. You shouldn't treat them as an elite unit. You should treat them as just a skilled 2 hit point unit that is there as a morale buff. You know, so I that's what they were doing today. You know, they were fighting, you know, normal men of Rohan, not elite units, and they did very, very well. You know, we saw they still had like all of their units at the end. It was great. The other one did it not too bad as well, 149. I'm not going to argue with that. It's fair. Perithal Champions, okay. So many javelins on the other side that they just got picked apart a bit. Black Swan Renegades, again, hurt really bad. These ones, they were off on that side, supporting everybody against the Wildman and Rohan push, so that's why they racked up a lot of kills. Oh, nice. Halberdiers, yeah, 215, very nice. The others, kind of misplays by me, letting them get shot at and also moving out of the fort. Belfast Marines, I was happy enough with every shot I took. I could definitely see people disagreeing with shooting the half-orc Bane Guard, but no, I think it's a worthy target myself. For Belfast Marines, you know, Fraudulent Javelins, maybe not, but you know, it is what it is. Then Dornal Archers, yeah, happy enough with how they went, especially Tirithir Marksmen, especially with the shenanigans that happened with falling down from the wall. I was very, very pleased that I was able to rack up a good amount of kills with them. And yeah, Nimmerdale Wanderers and Nimmerdale. Dandy too, they still had a bit of ammo, but I just sort of threw them into the front line. And I should have used them earlier, I think. So you got to keep in mind as well, if you really wanted to, you could go through all of my kills, my casualties inflicted, and add them all up, and then you know, subtract that number from the enemies killed, and you could find the amount of kills that all the towers got. I'm not going to do that, but if you want to, you can. And but those kills were added on. They get added on to me because I'm the official like owner of the settlement. That's the way the game does it. And so that's why I've got a fucking beefy kill count there. Mirko, yeah, good stuff. It held off, even though, as I say, Linden's attack was a bit chaotic, it still did come in really hard, and it was still trying to hold off an elven attack with orcs. And good use of trolls throughout. Trolls on the defense are, I think people use trolls better on defense than on attack nowadays. I see them doing so much better in defensive actions than I do in aggressive actions. So yeah, definitely. But he did well with them. Sucks about the Beast of Gorgoroth. That was a misstep, but that was a misstep that none of us saw coming. So yeah, that's the way it goes. And then Lothlorien, we should have probably run back together. I don't know if I properly communicated to Medieval Feud that like I'm bolting. I definitely said that I was like giving up on the outside, but I should have probably made it very clear that like, yeah, it's done. Let's get out of here, because I think Medieval Feud lost quite a lot of important guys outside that maybe he didn't have to. Then the Camping Panda, yeah, lots of Snaga, Troll Show Axe Throwers, all just used very well and rattling into us. Sucks about the Spears of Orthanc. I don't think they've got to use up their ammunition, but if they managed to get the Spears of Orthanc up on the walls, maybe that could have been really devastating for us. But I know that just didn't end up happening. But it's always bold to use Dunland. Like Dunland it's not made as a competitive faction, which but I'm glad that we're able to play it. I'm glad that we're able to use it still, so that's good. Then Steward of Dale, yeah, no complaints with how he played. Good use of the catapult thread. Busting in the walls is definitely more important, I think, than saving it to get some beautiful kills. That's I think he did actually. I missed it, unfortunately. He did actually manage to get some good strafes. I don't think the word strafes is what I want to use, but yeah, you can see these guys sort of dying like that. He was able to just tear through them, and through some of these guys too. Here, I think he actually killed one of my Haven Guard with it. I think it was only like one or something, but yeah, I was like chuffed to bits that he only managed to, he didn't rip through too many of them. But yes, they were used offensively a bit, but mainly they were used to take down the walls, and I think that was right. Trumpster, yeah, good to support the other side. As I say, I would have maybe taken the northern side entirely and just had King Amar be the supporting faction, but as I say, that's just before planning. Who knows what people want to do as well. So yeah, I think there was nothing wrong with the actual way that the game was played on Trumpster's part. Maybe the cavalry could have been used inside here instead of in the north, but I'm not good with cavalry, so I couldn't say. King Amar there, yes, it's too bad about the mad assault, but that's what you got to do. Like, if you've got to leave a siege and you're attacking, then yeah, like, don't just admit defeat, don't just disconnect. Like, it was very good that he was, whatever he had to go do, it was very good that he was like, I'll just come in, I'll use my men just to back up my boys, because it was still a very close battle, and and it wouldn't have been a very close battle if he had just been like, oh, admit defeat, or if he had just been right, leave game. So, and then Y2K really responded to, King Amar's charge, and Y2K came in flying. So that's why Y2K was kind of blasting. That's why my kill count got really bumped up by his attack, because he was doing very well with what he would have done. I think instead of coming flooding forward, would have just been to probably get his shield maidens around and then use his shield maidens on my front line, and then left with that, use something else on my front line. It would have been pretty devastating. So I wouldn't have been able to come together and like hold them back, because I wouldn't have had anything to hold them back with. But yeah, apart from that, pretty fun one. This was my first, so I actually played this one before the Moria battle a little while ago, but I just wanted to do the Moria one because I felt I did a lot more mistakes in the Moria battle than I did here, and I wanted to examine them immediately. Whereas this one, I felt pretty comfortable with the way I played here. I definitely made mistakes, don't get me wrong, but I think I did alright. But yeah, either way, thank you guys very much.